everyone, welcome to today's session. Bit of a sun salutation, if I can get my words out, bit of a sun salutation variation with a Superman. Now, if today you're not feeling coming down into Cobra, you can just stay up in a plank, if it's high plank or 3/4 plank. So come and join me in tabletop. Set your base so the shoulders are over the wrists, spread the fingers wide, soften the finger knuckles and push down through the finger pads. Neck is in line with the rest of the spine. Shoulder blades are in neutral on the back of the rib cage and pelvis is in neutral. Knees are roughly underneath the hips. So just gazing at the mat. Just a few deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And then hug into the midlines, starting to wake up those tummy muscles. So these muscles help to support and stabilise your spine and your pelvis. Check that you're not dipping that belly or overly arching that lower back. And start to deepen the breath, breathe wide and forward to the front, the side, the back of the rib cage. Slowing the breath down to slow inhales, slow exhales. Keep that hug in, maybe adjust your knees slightly. Float that right knee off the floor, check that the hips are level and activate, squeeze that right glute. Maybe flex the foot, pause here for a moment. Starting to wake up those glutes. And then slowly float that right knee down. Gentle hug in and float the left knee off the floor. Flex the foot. Activate that left glute. Pause here. Hips are level. Breathe wide and full. Lovely long spine, just those natural curves. And then gently float that left knee down. Gentle hug in. Float the right knee off the floor. Pause here. Lengthen that leg out, nice and long, flex the foot, hips are level. Breathing wide and full, bend that knee. You do not have to lengthen the leg out, you can always stay here with a bent knee. And let's pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Use that glute, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Float that right knee down. Maybe give the wrist a little shake, set your base, float the left knee off the floor, that left glute is on, you can pause here, flex the foot or you can lengthen out the leg. Check that the hips are level and breathe that gentle hug in. And if the leg is long, bend the knee, ankle roughly in line with that knee and pulse for 1, use that left glute, 2, 3, 4, just a little movement, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Slowly lower that knee down, tuck the toes, maybe sit back on the heels or come to kneeling, interlace the fingers and let's circle out those wrists. You can do it single or you can do a big fist like I am, which I prefer. Some people like doing it like this, some people prefer doing the fist like so. Give them a shake and then set your base. And let's just circle the hips. Check in with the breath. And then change the direction of your hip circles. Doesn't matter if you're doing clockwise or anti-clockwise. And then come back to centre, tuck the toes, gentle hug into the midline. The hips are coming up, so imagine someone's hoisting the hips up. Bend the knees, our first down dog, head and neck and nice and relaxed. Let's set our base. Push up through the arms, push up through the legs and make that inverted V, that triangle shape. Head and neck are relaxed. Lengthen the armpits, gentle hug in. And then check in with that lower back. If it's rounding, just bend those knees a little bit more. So pushing up through the arms, up through the legs, weight even between the hands and the feet. And breathe. Inhale. Lovely long exhale. One more. And just come onto the balls of your feet. And then slowly walk the hands to the feet. Come into a halfway lift. So stick that butt back. The hips are coming back. Lovely long spine looking down towards the floor. Bring the hands to the lower legs and hip hinge all the way up, letting the hands travel all the way up the legs. Lovely long stretch all the way up to the ceiling. Soften the knees. Slowly bring the hands down through to heart centre. Checking that pelvis is neutral. Weight even through both feet. Lovely long spine. Head is over the pelvis. Inhale, reach your fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. As you exhale, slowly bring the hands down through to heart centre. Hinging from the hips, stick that butt back, bending those knees, slowly come down. Fingertips touch the floor. Step that right foot back, right knee down, top of the right foot in contact with the floor. Adjust your base, left knee in line with that left ankle, right knee roughly in line with that right hip. Push down through the top of the right foot, push down for that left foot. Reach your fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Lovely long stretch. Gentle hug into the midline. Right glute is on. Exhale, hinge forward. Place the hands on the floor. Slowly sliding that left leg back. And then bring the foot off the floor. Set your base, spreading the shoulders, spread the fingers wide. Lovely long spine. You can stay here, or you have the option of bringing the hand out so you're onto the fingertips, or maybe float the arms off the floor, coming into Superman. Keep that gentle hug in, that left glute is on, breathe wide and full. Right hand, right shoulder, bring the left toes down to the floor, lower the knee down, and then just walk that right knee back, coming into a 3/4 plank. Spread the fingers wide. Toes can be tucked or feet flat on the floor. Check that the pelvis is in neutral, shoulder blades in neutral. And on your next exhale, slowly start to lower to the floor, bending the elbows, keep the chest open. Look down towards the mat, tops of the feet, pubic bone in contact with the mat. Pull back on the mat. Inhale to lengthen the spine, coming into a baby cobra. Keep looking down towards the floor. Shoulder blades are coming in towards the spine. Gentle hug in. Gentle activation of the glutes. And exhale, soften down, and with strength, push all the way back up to your knees. Pause here. Keep that pelvis in neutral, shoulder blades in neutral. Tuck the toes, hips up, and back, down dog. Maybe adjust the length of your down dog. Checking your base, spreading the fingers wide, head and neck relaxed. Soften the knees. The heels do not have to touch the floor, they may never touch the floor, which is fine. Exhale, start to lower the knees to the floor, let the left knee touch, step the right foot forward, top of the left foot in contact with the floor. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Kneeling lunge, slowly bring the hands down through to heart centre. Pause here. Hands can come to the tops of the shoulders or relax at the side and just roll those shoulders back. So a gentle hug in to use those tummy muscles to stabilise the pelvis. And you may feel the shoulder blades move, slight movement at the ribs. And then reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, hinge forward, low lunge, push down for that right foot, step the left foot forward, halfway lift. Hips are back, so you're sticking that bottom out. Lovely long spine. And then slowly hip hinge all the way up, reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands down through to heart, hinging from the hips, slowly come all the way back down, fingertips touch the floor, step that left foot back, left knee down, top of the left foot in contact with the floor, reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling, lovely long stretch. Exhale, hinge forward, I'm just bringing my left knee in so it's underneath my hip, sliding my right leg back. We're coming through tabletop. Gentle hug in, float the right toes off the floor, check that the hips are level, lovely long spine. Maybe slide that left hand out, maybe be on the left finger pads, maybe float the fingertips off the floor, coming into Superman, check that the hips are level, staying nice and strong. Left hand, left shoulder, float the right toes down, right knee down, slowly walk that left knee back, 3/4 plank, check your base, a gentle hug into the midline. Exhale, slowly lower down, keep the chest open, lengthen the spine, tops of the feet, pubic bone in contact with the floor, pull back on the mat, lift the chest, baby cobra. And exhale, soften down with strength, push all the way up to your 3/4 plank, check in with that pelvis, tuck the toes, and hips up and back, down dog, and then adjust your base. Check that the head and neck are relaxed. Check in with that lower back. Push up through the arms. Those arms are nice and strong and active. Push up through the legs. Exhale, start to bend the knees. Step that left foot forward. Top of the right foot in contact with the floor. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Slowly bring the hands down through to heart. Fingertips can come to the shoulders or loose by the side, and then shoulder rolls. You've got that gentle hug in, right glute is on. And then let's reach our fingertips all the way up. Exhale, hinge forward, low lunge, push down through that left foot, right foot steps forward, halfway lift. Stick that bum back, a lovely long spine, slowly hip hinge all the way up, push down through the feet. Lovely long stretch. Slowly bring the hands down through to heart. Release the hand. Let's repeat that again. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. As you exhale, hinging forward from the hips, lovely long spine. Step that right foot back, right knee down, low lunge, reach your fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. As you exhale, hinge forward, slide that left leg all the way back, coming into Superman. Pause here, check your base. You can stay here, or maybe you can float the fingertips and toes to the floor, and then float back up for 1, float down, and up for 2, lower, and up for 3, lower, and up for 4, pause here. Right hand, right shoulder, float the left toes down, and then extend the right leg out nice and long, high plank, set your base, option to lower the knees to the floor. And breathe, shoulders are stacked over the wrists, shoulder blades are neutral, gentle hug in, glutes are on, those legs are active, push back through those feet, slowly lower the knees to the floor, keep everything nice and strong, option to stay here. On your next exhale, soften the elbows, keep the chest open as you slowly lower all the way down. Pull back on the mat, Cobra. Exhale, soften down, tuck the toes, and then push up through the knees. Down dog. Adjust your base. Breathe wide and full. Pushing up through the arms, up through the legs. Gentle hug into the midline, making that inverted V. And then come onto the balls of your feet. And then step that right foot forward, low lunge. Option to lower the left knee to the floor. And then step that left foot forward, halfway lift, lovely long spine. And then hip hinge all the way up. And as you exhale, hinging forward. Step that left foot back, left knee down, and then slowly come all the way up into your kneeling lunge, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinge forward, low lunge, slide in that right leg back, tabletop, float the right toes off the floor, check that the hips are level. Options, you can just slide that left hand out up onto the fingertips, or maybe float the left hand off the floor. Pause here, nice and strong. You can stay here, On your next exhale, lower the toes and the fingers to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up for 2. Lower. Inhale up for 3. One more. Lower. Inhale up for 4. Pause here. Left hand, left shoulder. Float the right toes down. Lengthen out that left leg, high plank. Option to stay here or to float the knees down to the floor. And then whichever plank you choose, shoulder blades are in neutral, gentle hug into the midline, active legs and those feet. And lower the knees to the floor. Option to stay here, or as you exhale, keep the chest open, slowly lower all the way down. Pull back on the mat, coming up to your low cobra or baby cobra. Check that the neck's in line with the rest of the spine. Exhale, soften, and with strength push all the way up to the knees. Tuck the toes, hips up and back. Down dog. Soften the knees. So you're pushing up through the arms, up through the legs. Inverted V, head and neck relax. Lengthen the armpits. Come up onto the balls of your feet. Step that left foot forward. Knee can be on the floor. Low lunge. Then step that right foot forward. Keep that hip hinge. Hips are floating back, and as you inhale, slowly come all the way up. Reach your hands all the way down to heart center. Pause here for a moment and breathe. And then from here, just hinging forward. Place the hands on the mat, come all the way back. We'll all meet up in our tabletop, spread the fingers wide, circle out the hips. Feet can be flat on the floor, toes tucked. And then slowly change direction, allowing the breath to slow down. And then from here, cross the feet over at the ankles. Slowly come into an easy cross-legged, sit up nice and tall, weight even on both seat bones. Lovely long spine. Looking straight ahead, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Fingertips to the side of your body. Reach the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Just a nice easy side bend over to the left, opening out the right side of the body. Just soften the hand and the elbow. Soften that left elbow and maybe release that left ear down towards the left shoulder. So slow inhales, soften the exhales, slowly come all the way up. Right fingertips touch the floor, sit up nice and tall, gentle hug in. Reach the left fingertips up and then come over to the right, opening the left side of the body. Soften the left fingers. The left elbow, soften that right elbow, maybe release that right ear down towards the shoulder. And inhale, slowly come all the way up. Sit up nice and tall, gentle hug in. Just bring the fingertips just behind, sit up nice and tall. And just open out the chest, you're broad across the collarbones. And breathe. And then from here, close your eyes. Hands can be on the knees or on the feet. You have the option to sit on a block or a rolled up blanket. Just close the eyes. Soften the forehead. Soften the face and relax the jaw. Soften the neck, the chest, the ribs. Relax the belly. And just bring awareness to the air flowing in and out the nose. Fingers are soft, shoulders are soft, elbows are soft. And if you find your thoughts drifting, just slowly bring the mind back to the breath. The air flowing in and out the nose. Just a few moments here. I'd just like to thank you very much for joining me for this session. You can add this video to one of my other videos. If you'd like any advice on that, just please drop me an email me or send me a message on Instagram. My details are below. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you find peace within. Thank you and goodbye. See you soon.